Hello friends, I hope you're having a fantastic Easter long weekend, many happy chocolate returns, or whatever is the slogan these days. What is a known slogan is that we have some great stories for you today. Welcome to the Dirt Report, home of tech and telco news, delivered via YouTube straight to your screen, and the best way to see it every time is by subscribing, so go ahead and do that if you haven't already. It also supports the channel. On today's show, we have gaming latency. ACCC says it's all okay. What do you guys say? AWS to spend more money in Australia. Sky Master hits an expansion milestone, or at least starts something. And lastly, NBN raises 2.1 billion Australian dollaroos. Thanks for jumping in. Make sure to smash the like button if you like this video, and let's get started by rolling the intro that I really love. The Australian Competition and Consumer Commission has conducted a study on gaming latencies across the country and found them to be generally good. The study analysed the ping rates of 90,000 Australian gamers across various RSPs and revealed that 10% of gamers had pings over 100 ms, while 90% had pings below 100 milliseconds. These results show that most gamers in Australia have access to stable and reliable internet connections with minimal lag times. Now, despite the generally positive findings, the ACCC has recommended that RSPs continue to improve their networks and reduce latency to provide an even better gaming experience to consumers. The study also highlighted the need for RSPs to be transparent about their network performance and to provide consumers with accurate information about the quality of their service. The ACCC has stated that it will continue to monitor the gaming industry and work with RSPs to ensure that consumers receive high quality services. Now, I'm very happy to hear that the ACCC did ask RSPs to continue improving latency and other services. I personally play a lot of online video games and my ping's around 60 to 70, and I would prefer a much lower one, but the problem is I live in Perth while most of the servers are on the East Coast. Let me know your gaming pings below and what part of the country you're in. Furthermore, the ACCC has also noted some other findings. NBN fixed line broadband retailers continue to meet their advertised download speed claims, even during the busiest hours, and on average it's 99.1% of planned speed across all hours and 97.7% during busy hours. Now, upload speeds slipped marginally to an average of 85% of planned speed during the busy hours compared to 85.7% in the previous quarter. You see, NBN doesn't over-provision upload speeds as it does with download speeds. NBN fixed wireless services delivered some of the highest results seen by the Measuring Broadband Australia program. Unit Group's super fast network, which is mostly fibre to the premises, delivered an average 101% of planned download speeds and 89% of planned upload speeds during busy hours. Now, 2 of the top 3 RSPs for average busy hours download speeds in the report were smaller providers, and let's give a big round of applause to the top 3. Lawntel at number 1, 103.1%, Exetel 102.9%, and with Optus taking third place with 99.9%. Really impressive results. You kind of can see who you should pick if you want the top performance of the speeds you are given. Now, the ACCC Commissioner Anna Brakey said the results of some of the smaller retailers reaffirmed that they can provide similar, if not better, performance than the larger telcos, which is good for competition. This also reflects the findings in the recent NBN Wholesale Market Indicator report, which found that smaller providers were gaining market share from the larger providers. Next up, let's talk AWS. Maybe they can finally give Perth some gaming service. Amazon Web Services has announced plans to expand its cloud infrastructure in Australia with 3 new availability zones in the Sydney region. This will increase AWS's total number of availability zones in Australia to 6, allowing businesses to run their applications and store the data on local servers. The new availability zones are expected to come online in 2024 and will offer additional capacity and greater resilience for mission-critical workloads. Now, the move is in response to growing demand for cloud computing services in Australia and will allow AWS to better serve its customers, including government agencies, banks, and startups. It also reflects the company's ongoing investment in the Asia-Pac region, where it has been rapidly expanding its cloud infrastructure to meet the needs of customers in such countries as Japan, Korea, and India. The expansion of AWS's cloud infrastructure in Australia is expected to provide a significant boost to the local tech industry, creating new jobs and stimulating stimulating that economic growth. Now, this is interesting, especially with the layoffs happening in the US. Well, to connect all this together, we need some internet, so let's talk Sky Master. NBN has revealed the first stage of upgrades to its Sky Master satellite services will start soon. This upgrade will connect 24,000 remote and rural premises that were meant to connect to the satellite network to the fixed wireless network. It is intended to enhance speeds and performance by decreasing congestion and allowing more users to access the network at the same time. It is unclear if any of the 24,000 has an active NBN connection though. Now, the expansion of the network will allow 6,700 premises in New South Wales, 6,500 in Queensland, 2,200 in South Australia, 1,200 in Tasmania, 5,900 in Victoria, and 1,800 in Western Australia to purchase fixed wireless-based services instead of satellite. You see, NBN aims to provide a better internet experience for remote and rural customers and bridge that digital divide between urban and rural Australia. In the past, the company has obviously been criticized for not delivering the promised speeds and services to customers. But let's be fair, this investment only comes about due to Starlink's success and originally the impending launch in Australia. Well, is it too late now? Let me know your thoughts below. Continuing on the NBN bandwagon, if you don't know already, NBN is the one that's responsible for building and operating Australia's wholesale broadband access network. Well, they have successfully raised 2.1 billion Australian dollars in its debut European green bonds issuance. The transaction makes NBN the first Australian government business enterprise to issue green bonds in Europe. The proceeds will be fully allocated to eligible green projects undertaken as part of the company's commitment to energy efficiency in line with the sustainability bond framework. The bonds were priced on March 6, 2023 with 846 million of 6-year bonds and 678 million of 10-year bonds. The bonds are being issued under NBN's $50 billion US global medium-term note program, and the joint lead managers are BNP Paribas, Citi, Deutsche Bank, and HSBC. In short, this is a fancy and rather green way to raise capital and push your debt out. NBN's sustainability bond framework enables the company to issue green, social, and sustainability bonds and is underpinned by a substantial asset pool consisting of eligible green assets and social assets. Ultimately, the fundraising follows the company's commitment as outlined in its 2023 corporate plan to deliver greenhouse gas emission reduction consistent with meeting or exceeding the Australian government's commitment to net zero emissions by 2050. Now, in February 2022, NBN established its sustainability board framework, and in April 2022, the company issued its inaugural green bond issuance in the domestic market under an Australian medium-term note program, which generated 800 million at that time. Now, Fiona Trigona, Executive General Manager, Group Treasurer for NBN said in December 2022, the Australian government issued a revised statement of expectations for NBN, which included an expectation that we deliver greenhouse gas emissions reductions consistent with meeting or exceeding the government's commitment to net zero emissions by 2050. Our network investment plan is taking energy-efficient fibre deeper into communities to meet the growing digital demand of Australia's homes and businesses. Fibre is inherently more capable and delivers faster upload and download speeds and is generally more reliable than copper connections. So I expect the fibre rollout to not only be green but also fast. But who am I kidding? This is the NBN, and on that note, we have to end this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you like this video if you did, and please consider subscribing if you haven't already. It does help a lot, and you'll be notified of all future episodes. And huge thanks to those who have subscribed. Thank you very much, and remember to smash the like button. Thanks, and bye!